Hello everybody, we have two lovely league designers here, Francois.
Hello.
And Ashwin.
Hello.
And you brought the new modular building for kind of 2025, but it's going to be released in December this year.
In January.
Oh, this is going to be in January. Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
correct.
so we're back next year. Perfect.
Yeah.
What is special here?
Everything is special with that one. It's a new take on the modular building. Obviously, it's a corner, first of all. And this time we are celebrating the British architecture, the Tudor architecture style. And I think it's super cool and gives us some interesting techniques with the roof, with the half timber walls, and that angle as well with the western facade.
So the brand new style, we have some framework there, very special roof as mentioned. So it's like a new look in the street we have. Was this challenging for you?
Every modular is challenging because there are a lot of expectations with those models. Because a lot of people are really loving this line. So yes, you have to come up with new interesting building techniques, a new aesthetic with the architecture style. You have to find some really interesting storylines with the minifig lineup and the characters. And coming up with also some cool furnitures on the inside.
Yeah. Before we look inside, just a question here. You're responsible for the nice graphics, and we have two in front right there.
Yeah, we have actually several new prints for this set. If we start here, we have the new clock face. So it resembles the clockmaker that is living on the first floor, where he's actually having his shop. So for the first time, we have this round 3x3 tile printed with a nice clock face that you can also use in your own builds for maybe train stations or something else. Then if we move further down, we have the name of the establishment, so that's the Old Guarded Inn. And for Lego fans, it's actually a very deep cut to an old Lego set, which is called the Guarded Inn, which was a medieval castle set. So we kind of played with the idea of like, what if that old set has been grown out over centuries into this building that we see here now today. Then next to that, we have the menus on the board. So there is a fixed menu on the top, what the inn is offering as a regular menu. But underneath that, we have the special menu for today, and that is the fish that is on the menu.
As you said, it's a different style. It's more English, or I think this in German it's called Fachwerk, isn't it? I don't know. Framework style. Does this fit with the other modular buildings, or is it something new there in this row?
It's definitely something new in the row, but it fits. I can assure you, it fits. We've tested with different modulars to see if everything was looking nice and it doesn't break the overall aesthetic of the street. But as I said, it's definitely something that is unseen and really fresh.
So you really tested it? So you put it beside every other modular building and say, it's fitting not, or?
Well, usually we're only testing with the last three modulars because they are the one actually in the market. So you can try at home testing with the older ones, but that one was specifically designed to be next to the museum. Because the museum is a really massive building, and usually those kind of buildings don't have houses next to them. So that's why we started with this nice little alley, and it gives some space for the museum to breathe. But if you connect another modular next to it, it gives a nice looking alley, and it feels really cool.
Okay.
So I would say, let's have a look inside, because this is a modular building, so we have several floors, and there's something special, I would say, on every floor.
Yes, that's part of the brief. First floor.
What's it?
It's a coat of arms on the pavement, because usually on old city centers and everything, you know that, coming from Germany.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think it's a nice touch to suggest, as Ashwin said, the Old Guarded Inn that is the same location, but centuries later, and the streets have been changing a lot. Maybe there will be some renovation. Yes, exactly.
And what is awesome here, just to add this, because in the past, so you bought like the ground, and this is why frameworks like it's always getting better, bigger, like on every floor. So this is what is happening here. So the upper floor is bigger when it comes to the size, which makes sense because you bought the floor, like the ground.
Indeed. So yeah, that's really what we see here with this style that Francois built. It's you really feel like a lot has happened over the centuries, right? And that also gives this very cozy vibe. That it's not these fixed buildings that we might have seen in other modular buildings, but it really gives some interesting angles, some nice detail all around, and it just levels up the overall aesthetic for the entire building.
Just to finish this, like the view from the outside, we have this neighbor building here. So is there any story behind that?
That building specifically is just because we wanted to have two different styles building, so it gives a different facade, because since it's a corner, three facades actually, but like that one. But first one that is really British with that one, and to give a little more variety to the overall old medieval vibes of that building. Wanted something that was more fitting compared to the other buildings in the modular line.
Yeah, wonderful. So let's look inside, because there's more excitement to come.
All right, let's start with the ground floor.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go. Let's start with here, the haberdashery. So a nice little shop selling hats, because that's something that is really interesting. Haberdashery, you know those kind of shops?
Yes.
Yeah, because in the US, haberdasheries are also known as hat shops, but in Great Britain, they're selling sewing supplies and things like that. So our Lego haberdashery is selling both hats and sewing supplies. So that's kind of fun and gives a lot of colors and a lot of details to enjoy. You have a lot of hats.
Yeah, I see. Great.
There's a new recolor here with the grey hat. That's why I'm wearing mine.
And before we talk about all minifigures, we have one minifig here in the window.
Yeah, that's more of a mannequin. So that is actually representing the the dress-up dolls that you can find in clothing shops and all that type of stuff. So yeah, that's basically representing a non-minifigure to see new torsos and new heads in this case. Up in front we have the haberdashery owner, and there's actually also a print for the haberdashery shop. So if you look closely, there's actually a top hat illustrated with the intricate lines that are going on.
Okay. No, go for further. I'm impressed.
Henry is impressed, which is always good. So yeah, then we have like the little bar restaurant.
The restaurant, the inn, the Old Garden Inn restaurant. So here next to the windows you have two seats, and the focal point of this restaurant is of course the counter. A nice counter with a lot of details, still giving this old-timey vibes. And it's a place where you want to sit and have your lunch. Still a little nod to the clockmaker with a tiny clock. And over there, you have the kitchen. It's a really tight space. You can remove the chunk of wall for an easy access. You can also... It's connected on one stud, so you can still grab that one and look at the sausage inside.
So for inspiration, have you checked out all the details in the Parisian restaurant of Jamie?
Yes, of course. And Jamie and Jamie looked at everything in that model as well.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. Okay. And then we have like a secret here, because if you eat too much, there's a place you have to go.
Of course, the bathroom. Most important place in the modular with the mandatory toilets. And we heard the feedback from the jazz club and the fact that toilets were under the staircase, and once you build it, you can have a look at it. I don't know. Because people really like to watch toilet seats.
But still, one little detail, there's still no shower in the whole street. So at some point you have to add a shower as well.
Maybe we can have an entire shower shop or something.
So finally, finally. Okay.
Starting to smell in the street, right? So
Yeah, absolutely. No, it looks stunning.
talking about smells, there is a little story aspect here on the back because we have a dumpster, and that's where we can find a very old fish that has been thrown away. And the lady that we have over here is having a few cats, but her cats are actually loving the inn restaurant on the bottom floor because they sometimes throw away some foods, and you can find some cats on the backside of the building.
Okay, some Ratatouille vibes here in a way. Perfect. Okay, this is the first floor. And then, of course, we have the second floor. And
Sandwich this one.
yeah. So, yeah, you
Put this
can.
one on top.
Wonderful. Of course, it's modular.
Of course.
With a wonderful clock here. Yeah. But it's not the only clock in the set. I've seen one on the first floor on the ground, and now, how many clocks are included?
A lot. You can count them.
So, have you been to several places, like all your friends and family, to check out all the clocks in the living room?
Absolutely. I had some good references. So on that floor, you access it through the staircase outside, and here you have the clockmaker workshop. So where is it? Here, our little clockmaker.
Nice. What did you like here? That you give this idea space, so that you actually can see all the little details here. And if it's not clean anymore, you have a vacuum cleaner there.
Yeah, because that's important, keeping a clean workshop, especially when you're dealing with gears and precision mechanism. So
Yeah, there is also some connecting story to the upper floor because we have a chimney sweep that you will see later. But maybe something has happened because there is a lot of ash on the ground that the clockmaker has to vacuum clean again. So that's why the black is around the fireplace.
So again, some storytelling right there.
It's on the other side. Okay. Nice.
So yeah, we are trying to have these little stories throughout the modular building that you can just discover on your own.
Again, which is all good. I'm just saying we have some studs on the second floor, as always, tiling on the ground floor, first floor, and then some studs. But lovely details and a nice usage of the space here. So many details, a lot of clocks. So wonderful. And then we can go upstairs.
upstairs.
Yes. Put on
And there's a stair.
Yeah.
I see.
You can go to the final floor, which is the top floor, and that is actually the apartment or the inn of the guarded inn. So this is the place where the lady is living with her cats. We have 2 cats. We have one white on the ground, and we have one recolored one, which is new to this set. And she is also having some insects in her terrariums on the side. So she's really a very organized person and very color coordinated with her clothing and her sofa and rug on the ground. And also she's a book lover. So this is also giving this cozy vibe that the entire inn is giving. You can see yourself almost like reading underneath the roof on a cozy rainy day, and this is what we really wanted to represent here as well.
And a nice sink here.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course. There are no showers, but at least one sink.
And for Henry, very important, he's a lawyer, a lot of books.
Yeah, but not also for lawyers. It's typical to go to the internet now. But when I have the microphone in front of mine, how long was the design process?
Design process. A few months, 5, 6 months.
Yeah, I think so.
And how it starts? So when, how is the procedure to decide who designs the next modular? I think, can you say, raise your hand and say, I want to make the next one? Or is it someone saying, you make the next one, have an idea? Or is it a process of people working together?
Or is it, may I add this, every Lego designer sitting in one room, Jamie is entering the room,
And we
walks in. no, okay, so give us an honest answer. Yeah.
How did it went for that one? We're a team, so a lot of people were working on concepts for the next modular, and yeah, in the end, Jamie has the final word because he came up with this idea that I really want something cozier for that modular, for that corner after the museum, and he was the one suggesting, let's celebrate British architecture. So. All the designer, a lot, not everyone, but a few designers were working on different concepts, how it should look, what kind of vibe we wanted to put in this, and it's a collaborative work. So in the end,
I think everyone can always give input, right? But in this case, Francois was then the main designer. But yeah, we had lots of help from our other colleagues like Chris McVeigh, Andy, Jamie, of course, gives his input. But yeah, in the end, it's Francois' main model to work on for a longer period of time. Yeah.
So this has been like your first lead design for modular, but have you been involved in the previous ones as well?
No, this is the first modular because I joined the Lego group 2 years ago.
Okay.
So
Okay, great.
I watched Chris building the museum, and he was helping me because he was my building buddy, and my mentor when I started here at the Lego group. So he was really helpful, giving me a lot of inputs and feedback. It was super nice.
So one nerdy question here, because I always ask, is there any tiny little detail built of Jamie? Because, I mean, this is how I started my blog, because of the modulars of Jamie Bratt. So I know some stories, but sometimes, is there any tiny build out of his, like from his desk? Or is it, I mean, was he just helpful? Or is there any detail?
I think how much it pains Jamie, I think he has to let go of his creations now and leave it up to the design team to come up with the new ideas. I think he directs as much as he can, but he also trusts the design team completely to come up with new ideas. But yeah, sometimes you see him walking by holding his hands to himself, and he's of course super nice to work with, and he has all the knowledge still of all the previous modular buildings, and it's always good input from him.
So he was very supportive.
Yeah, of course. It's super fun with Jamie because you are here, you're struggling with something, and he just walk by you and say, "Oh, did you try this?" I say, "Oh my God, yes."
And then he walks on.
And then he passes. Yeah.
What was the most difficult part to design in this model? I think, for example, this Fachwerk, this frame, is looking really great. Was this a difficult part, or was it a different area?
Actually, the top and the roof is the most challenging part. It was the most challenging part to design, mostly because of the angles. And that's the first thing I worked on, the roof and getting the shape right, because it's something really specific to Tudor architecture. The cross gable roof and those tiles. So I had to make a few iterations with that roof to avoid some collision issues, and also for when you're building the roof and you're putting everything on, it has to be strong enough to hold and not break. So it was a challenge, but I'm very proud of it.
It looks really good, I have to say, and I think Henry agrees here while filming. I would like to ask something about the colors. So my first impression is, this looks really good. I talked to some designers, I like your model a lot, but the color pick, sometimes you feel it's maybe not your color. This looks really good. With nougat, we have, of course, white. One thing I have in mind, and I don't think that it looks wrong, I'm just saying you could have used dark brown also for like the framework here. You pick black. It looks really good, but was it at some point an idea we could try other colors as well?
That's because you're German, and I know that we have. I'm from Alsace, Strasbourg, so I also know the half timber houses, and it looks different. But this is British inspired, and and the half timber woodworks and everything. It's usually black and white, so we stick with that color scheme.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. So beside that, we have like nougat. Of course, we have it's light nougat.
Normal nougat, yeah.
It's normal
Yes,
nougat.
It's nougat.
Nougat.
Yeah,
Okay.
just nougat.
Now I'm hungry.
But it's the it's a lot of recolors for these bricks. So I think for the first time you get a lot of these recolors in this nougat color.
And we have teal. No, not teal. Tan. I'm sorry, tan. And we have dark green.
Yeah, dark green. There is gold. If we move further up, the staircase is in light gray. Then we move up. There is some dark tan details. There is a line of dark orange on the side. We have tan, light blue. I don't know the official name of this color. Medium blue.
Royal blue. I have no idea.
We work a lot with codes, so I know all the codes, but I don't know the sometimes the real names. And then, of course, the dark gray on the top. It looks like a lot, but somehow everything comes very naturally together, and it doesn't bad for the eye.
One question here, like add-on. Was there some recoloring? Like, did you try different ones and thought, this looks good, and then we tried something else?
Actually, the color scheme for that building was just picked and decided pretty early on because it was really the Tudor style we wanted to achieve with this novelty color, new color. This is just super fresh for the modular line. But here on the facade, dark green, because we were experimenting with different color scheme. And we set up with the dark green one because it looks really nice and it's also something we don't usually see in modular line. But yeah, that's a problem we had because at first it was supposed to be a fish and chips restaurant. That's why there's a little fish on the menu. But our British colleagues pointed out to us that fish and chips restaurants usually have a blue facade and not a dark green one. So we said, oh, okay, so we kept the dark green one, and we just made this fun little Easter egg with the fish.
Yeah. So it's all printed. That's right. Are there new parts?
Yeah.
There are no new elements designed for that specific set, but I used a lot of novelty elements, so super new elements, like this bike. This is a new element to make the cargo bike. It's pretty cool. We have the new slope piece. Yeah, we have a lot of that element because it's over there in the walls here. The new flower element as well. This one is also
Android legs.
Oh yeah, saving that for last.
Okay.
We would like to see the minifigs, but while we are maybe looking for those, I would like to ask, what is the piece count here?
Ooh, that's something for Francois, I think.
Okay, here we go.
3,200 and something, 66 maybe.
Wow, that's a lot. So one of the biggest of all time.
It's the biggest?
No, it's not the biggest.
No, this is the museum.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
An assembly square also.
But yeah, I think for the singular one, so the one-on-one base plate, it's one of the most.
Do we have a price tag yet?
Think it will be aligned with the jazz club. So yeah, I don't.
We will see. I mean, just if you know, yeah.
We had to wait.
Yeah. So and the minifigs, just before we have to go. So we have like how many in total?
7, I think. 8, and then the mannequin included. Yeah, so 7 alive, so to say, and then 1 minifigure that is acting like a mannequin.
Okay. I think we have to go, Hedy. Was there some knocking on the door?
Yeah.
Okay, some knocking, like many. Okay, we have to leave.
We can talk about
I think you have 5 minutes, to be honest.
Okay. To be honest, this is always good. But there's last one thing I would like to know your favorite detail. So both of you, what is yours?
I think it's the roof. It's super fresh. We have never seen it before in the modular building, and I think you will be surprised with the building techniques that are used.
And yours?
I think it's the counter. The counter. You have to build it because it's super nice. It's so satisfying to build.
Yeah. So Henry, would you like to add something?
Only that it's a nice building. I like the frame. It's really a nice looking thing, and I think perhaps it's not the last time. I hope, because there are a lot of German buildings or German style buildings. You can use this style, and I think if you not will do it, I think a lot of Mocker will orientate on this technique. So it looks really nice. The roof.
That's great.
I love the museum, and I'm really looking forward to build this one. This was really stunning. So thank you so much, and I would like to add something in the end here. Merci beaucoup.
Bitte schön.
Oh, here we go. Okay. Au revoir. Ciao.